Millennials, it's tough to relate to them sometimes, right? Hattie, we're right in the middle of the show. You got to check your Instagram again. She's always on her phone.
Hashtag Throwback Thursday.
Look, you deal with this probably a lot in your life with the amount of time young children in the U.S. spend on mobile screens. Tripling in just 4 years, it's becoming even more challenging to have unstructured, unplugged playtime. This holiday season, it's time to turn off your phones, break out the board games. Don't you agree, Hattie?
Huh?
Board games. We're talking about board games.
This is exactly why we spoke with lifestyle expert Michelle Jerson to learn about how we can get more FaceTime, and I'm not talking about on the iPhone,
yes,
and get less screen time.
Check it out.
Sure. Well, for that, I partnered with Spin Master to tell you about some of the really great board games that are out there this season. And it's a surefire way to get the kids off the phone because there is something for everyone. We'll start things off right here with Headbands. Headbands is such a great game. It is one of those games that really gets the whole family together. It's a classic rapid action family game where players receive a card to stick in their headband, and they must ask yes or no questions to find out who they are. The first person to 3 correct guesses wins. It's perfect for kids and adults alike. It provides nonstop fun, and it allows kids to develop deductive reasoning and problem-solving skills in a thrilling way.
I'm a huge fan of the problem-solving.
And then we have,
I'm a huge fan of the problem-solving games because there's no luck involved. There's actually some skill, some strategy. What other games are there out there aside from the problem-solving ones?
I agree with you. Other games out there are Soggy Doggy, and this is a really fun, it's a showering, shaking, wet doggy game. This Game of the Year winner has players racing around the board. They take turns to wash Soggy Doggy, but beware, he does love to shake, and if he shakes on a player's turn, they must go back to the basket and start over. The first player to make it around the board to the doggy basket wins. Pimple Pete is an interactive game that offers a real yuck factor. Take turns with the spinner to determine where to pop the zit on Pete's face, but players must be careful when they pop because too much pressure and the mega zit on Pete's nose will explode and they will end up losing the game. The last player left is crowned the pimple popping champion. Yep, and then finally we have Rock and Roll, if you could get over that one. It is the up and active preschool game that really gets kids moving. In this game, players jump around from one lily pad to the other to avoid the unpredictable croc. With 2 variable speeds, colored lily pads to jump on, and guardrails to prevent the croc ball from rolling away. Kids will be hopping and jumping around for hours in this game of Keep Away.
I like that one. That one actually, there's activity involved for the kids. I like when they're moving.
I think with the holidays, it helps it like burn off some of that holiday food because you're going to get jumping around and everything.
Absolutely. What about for those games as you're on a road trip or whatever, or kids might want to solo games, like not solitaire, you know, that's the old game we played, but what kind of solo games you got?
I have Perplexus right here, and this is great if you're stuck in the car or in an airport. Inside the spherical labyrinth, you'll face 20 feet worth of challenging twists, turns, and obstacles. You flip, you twist, you spin Perplexus to move the ball along the numbered path. And when you fall off the track, you just head back to the start and you try again. With multiple levels of difficulty, this game is easy to play, but hard to master. And I promise you won't be able to put it down.
I like that one.
Yeah,
I
think we could bring that one into the studio and just
send that to me. Send that to me. I like that one.
Not that he needs any more distractions, but thank you so much. And can you tell our viewers where they can go for more information?
Absolutely. They can head to spinmaster.com.
And thanks to Spin Master for sponsoring that segment.